All right. Good afternoon. Or not, it's not really a good afternoon. It's more of a good morning. Hello. All right. Morning, Shaman. How are we doing today? All right, I think we are good to go. All right. Good session as always with the professor. All right. So we had inflation data in case you missed it. And if you missed it, you must live under a rock.
Fuzzy, you're muted.
Hey, hey, hey.
There you go.
There we go. All right. So we had our inflation data this morning. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't noticed, you must live under a rock because this is the big ticket item today. So we have the core CPI. That was really the big one today. We've been looking to see if the core CPI was going to come in lower, and it did. It came in at 4.8% versus about 5, I do believe. And then the CPI year over year was 3% versus 3.1. So we had lower readings pretty much across the board as far as the CPI goes. So what that can possibly give us is, it gives us the argument that, okay, inflation is still coming down and it's coming down pretty well. So that's good. Now, does that, you know, counter the argument for the Fed to raise the rates yet again in July, which is what they have been projecting to do? We'll see. Even the JP Morgan CEO is like, maybe the Fed is possibly doing a little bit too much at this point. But we know that the Fed likes to continue to go with things until something like really, really breaks. So, but you could argue, well, was that the regional banks? Have we already had that? What's going on? But we know that deflationary pressures in China are already occurring. Now, the main question is, when does all that deflationary aspects start to impact the US via exports and all that kind of good stuff? So there's a lot of stuff we got to kind of pay attention to. The macro picture gets a little bit crazy, so we won't dive into that unless you want a very large and boring economic lesson. So I'll let you do your homework on that on your own personal journey. But just know right now, CPI is down. ES is above 4,500. This is actually a pretty nice level to break above. If we just take a look at the SPY chart here, let's bring that over. All right. If we look at the SPY chart, we can see that 444 level was our major resistance level over these past few weeks. We couldn't quite get above this key spot here. And finally, today we are gapping up above it. Now, I do want to pay attention to, how the market internal readings go for sure, because if they are too extended, we could get like a little bit of a gap fill kind of situation and kind of go off of that. But there's a lot of stuff moving today, a lot of key parts that are working. The IWM is crazy hot after that reading. It is gapping up to about 193 here on the small caps. This is a big breakout moment for the IWM. The IWM has been trading in these tight 10-point ranges. As you can see, we're trading between 170 and 180 for quite some time. Once we broke over 180, we came up to 190. 190 acted as resistance. 180 held again as support twice. And yeah, we broke it yesterday. And now we are trading at 193 here during the pre-market session. So the IWM is incredibly impressive going into the open. I am looking to close out my final Adobe position if we can continue this push higher. As far as my positions on Google and Oracle, I will most likely keep Google open, but I'm going to probably close out Oracle depending on how things open, because Oracle is gapping back above the daily 21. So if it does start to gap and go, I will go ahead and just close out that short position and move on with it. So yeah, it's tough being a short. It really is. It's hard to be a short, but we've made up. It doesn't even phase me because we've done so well on our long side trades. I mean, we had we got AI, we got Marvel. Let's check in on MRVL this morning also. Marvel, we took the 60 calls for next week. That is actually gapping up into our first PT at 63.43. This was also on our daily watch list, but everything's pretty much gapping up. So we are going to be looking at taking profit on Marvel. Let's see. And let's see, we got Marvel, we got Adobe, we still got COP on the board. Let's see, we still got some ARK-K. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that we got. So we'll probably go ahead and manage some positions as we go today. And we also got that AI, but the AI is a debit spread, and we got until the 28th, so we may let that one continue to work. So I am going to go ahead and load up these Marvel contracts to see where we open up at, and I'll go ahead and get this alert ready to go. Scissors. But other than that, how are we doing this morning? Y'all got any major plays going on right now?
No, sir.
No, sir. How did Duke's overnight plays go? I know he had Boeing, and Boeing was on my watch list too. It's gapping up a little bit. 220 is a big spot there. All right, there's the bell. Let's get it. 4,500. Let's see if we can stay above that 4,500 level for sure. All right, so Marvel, we are at $4. It's kind of spready. Kind of see if you can get it to work. Yeah, $4 from 2.9. So that is a $100 winner there. Congrats. All right, so let's get that going. All right, done. And y'all bear with me because I got to manage my own account too. So
No.
no, you can't make money. All right, and then we also need to get rid of Oracle. So I'm dumping Oracle here. All right, Google will leave alone for now. All right, good job on Marvel. Right where she needed to be. Yeah, AI is at like $1.05 because we got lots of time on that. But all right, let's go to the board. I know Big Tech has been kind of tricky to trade lately because of the special rebalancing going on within the QQQ. Obviously, that might not matter at all today, just because of the crazy buying pressure off of that CPI reading. See, Google's back up at 119. Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft has been absolutely hit pretty darn hard. AMD's doing pretty well. I think someone had tagged me last night, and I meant to revisit it this morning, but now that I'm looking at it, all right, so we got that. Advanced decline issues, 2,200 positive. That's as bullish of a reading on the advanced decline issues that you can pretty much get. Tick readings plus 1,600. That's extreme. Wow. Yeah, let that one cool down. All right, so we've had Marvel. Let's go over to, let's see, who else do we got? We got Adobe. My chart go. Oh, there we go. All right, so Boeing, that looks pretty good. Let's go over to Adobe. Nice move on Adobe. You're trading at 510. Very nice. Let's go to check on that. And yeah, y'all I'm not reading chat right now, so Shaman might have to help me out in case someone asks a question. Nice job,
Will do.
Chris. Yeah, Tesla looks good. Yeah, big cap tech guys look fine. So let me go over here to Adobe, manage that account, manage that position. Da, 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 da. See if we can build. It's a little spready. Maybe I can get 6 off of it. That'd be nice. All right, so let's go over here to Adobe. And do these alerts real quick. Adobe. Actually, let's put that as a red. That'll close us out completely. Let's try to get 6. I don't know if we'll be able to get 6 at this point because we're kind of fading a little bit. And we'll try to get 6. How about that?
Just don't be a dick for a tick.
Don't be a tick. Tick for a dick. Let's do this. Let's do. There we go. All right, so there's Adobe. I do have to send out that alert for Oracle. Just know I'm out of Oracle. I'll type that alert out in a moment. All right, so let's see. Let's go check in on the SPY, which SPY had gapped up to 446.50. We just need to let things kind of settle in here. Don't be in any kind of hurry. The market's not going anywhere. What we could play some risky VXX plays if you want.
Ooh.
If we want to play a possible fade. Look at Apple back up to 190 on the board. Amazon looking pretty good. 131.11. Remember, 131.50 is a big spot there for Amazon. And I do like a lot of those transport names. Professor did mention Old Dominion. I also personally like UNP and CSX. Both of them look great. Let's see. We might be. I actually debated getting into UNP yesterday. UNP got this nice little. If we can get a close above this 207 mark, that would be ideal. 207.50 really would be the best spot, and then CSX has been absolutely strong uptrend since the beginning of or at the end of March. So a lot of transports, and then Old Dominion OD. What's the ticker? Old Dominion.
Chris says BXP and SLG have nice ascending triangles.
BXP. Boston Properties. I don't really mess with the XLRE too much, so I'll have to let him have that one. SLG, yeah, another realty name. I think Redfin got hit with a downgrade today, but I don't think that really matters at this point. So we'll let those things do their thing. Yeah, I'm not too much involved with the XLRE. It's a little bit out of my cup of tea. Industrials are looking really good again today. Nice little gap up. Let's see, you got XLV is up, XLP. Financials are up 1.1%. So JP Morgan's looking pretty good. JP Morgan does have earnings on Friday. Burke B, let's see how they're doing. They're at 345. Man, it took them forever to finally crack this 341 mark. You can see how wicky it's been these past few days. And now they're trying to get. But like I said, you got earnings on JP Morgan on Friday. That could have an impact on Berkshire. So we'll just kind of let that one be. But all right, so let's see if we can get our hands
Thoughts on
uh,
coin?
dirty. Coin. Everybody knows my thoughts on coin. I hate it. I don't trade it. I don't touch coin. If I'm going to touch crypto names, I'm going to be
But
doing guys like Mara. I'm going to be doing names like Hut. I got MSTR. But as far as coin goes, sure, it's trading, well. And they're trying to do that thing with BlackRock and all that kind of good stuff. But Coinbase, it just has so many hands involved on it. One day it's one thing, the next day it's another thing. So I don't really particularly care to touch Coinbase. Just my personal preference. I just think other names are more suited for me. But as far as the trend goes, you had this nice breakout yesterday above this 81 level. Look at that. You can have the nice little breakout. You hit 85, and then you also hit that 87 level. So you've pretty much captured a lot of the movement today or yesterday. So an inside day today makes complete and total sense. But we know that if Bitcoin, if you're going to look at any crypto miner name, you have to review how Bitcoin itself is doing. And Bitcoin is just in this holding pattern. It's in a nice little flag pattern, and we're just waiting for that thing to break out above 31.5. If we can get a breakout above that 31,500 level, then yeah, there goes your minor names up off to the races. Now there is the argument that Bitcoin will be a front runner to quantitative easing for the Fed. So, and you kind of already see that. We know that, I argue that the bottom is in on Bitcoin and has been in really. And now we are just waiting to see if Bitcoin will start to get going. And there's the notion that because of the U.S. debt, and and to ensure that the debt doesn't come crumbling in on itself, the current balance sheet is like $8 trillion, right? So in order to make sure that the dollar essentially doesn't collapse, they have to pretty much increase their balance sheet to about $12 trillion, right? So that's going to pretty much, it's going to lower. Man, where was I going with this? I just had the world's biggest brain fart here. I got ahead of myself. Let me see if I can gather my thought here.
well, you do that. ES looks like it's falling.
Yeah, SPY is coming in a little bit, so we can take a look at that while I try to remember where I was going with that. So in order for them to kind of help things out, 8 trillion to 12 trillion, Bitcoin and other crypto names will probably be launching higher at that point. So crypto will be a precursor to quantitative easing. We know the markets are forward looking, so the markets don't really look at, they're sensitive to what's happening now, but they are looking ahead 6 months to a year and even beyond. So if crypto is starting to rock and roll, that means crypto is anticipating that quantitative easing to start, where the Fed increases their balance sheet from 8 trillion to 12 trillion in order to make sure all the debt doesn't come crumbling on down on its head and we just crash. So they have to do something. It's not a vacuum. It's got to go somewhere. All right, SPY coming in. Let's go to the tick readings. All right, so tick readings are getting a nice little reset here, plus 1600. That's an extreme reading. It is unsustainable. So it does need to come in and reset. So we are kind of working on that path. All right. Let's see here. Now that we can gather our footing a little bit, we can take a look at the board, which I think everything is pretty much looking the same. Yeah, close above the daily 50, Houston. Is he in here? Yeah, close above the daily 50 for Google will be my stop. All right, so let's see. All right, so we're watching Boeing there. We're watching, let's see, here we go. There's Boeing. Breaking above 220, you do have room to about 223 if the market can continue. We've already exited out of some of our Marvell position. We got Broadcom. Let's see, we need Broadcom over 883. Okay, you are looking pretty darn good on Broadcom. Let's see, AMD, we were looking for downside, but I don't think that's going to happen. You are wrestling with the daily 21 right now. That is a little bit of a key spot if it can get itself back over. Let's check out NVIDIA, because NVIDIA has been one of those names that hasn't really broken down like some of these other names. So NVIDIA is actually looking pretty good here. I like Broadcom a little bit better, maybe. Then, of course, we got Tesla, and Tesla gapped up and is fading. So Tesla's being Tesla-y. All right, so we got that. So who do we want to keep an eye on? We'll just have to...
I'm watching Meta.
Watching Meta. Meta's a good one. And then I think Netflix also had a pretty good chart too. Let's see. UNP, MPC, COP. Yeah, you know me. Okay, so COP, that one looks good. Let's go ahead and shed some of these on COP. Also, we are gapping above our main PT1, and we come close to PT2 at 109.50 here. So that's another swing trade that we are going to go ahead and capitalize on. All right, so let's go over here. And remember, we got to, this one was a $100 winner yesterday. Pretty quickly, so that's nice. All right, so COP. Yes, sir.
Cha-ching.
Do. 6:30, 6:45. Can't go wrong with that. And we have one more runner left on that. Looking for 110. So we're looking for 110 on our final runner with COP. All right. And then we need to see if we can't get something going here. Let's go over to the SPY. Signals still look pretty good. It's just... So we have 1 minute. Squeeze is coming in a little bit. Oscillator's overbought on the 1 minute, but you still got good positive thrust on the SPY. Individual names are looking good. All right, so good job on COP. Like it. Love it. Live it. All right, let's see. I can close out some of these tabs because they're kind of annoying in my way. All right, how is Airbnb doing? I had that on my notes. Airbnb is coming down. We got Cisco. Cisco was downgraded this morning, but that looks absolutely fine. Let's go over to... we'll get a trade in eventually, but we're just managing.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're just managing positions and trying to look for new opportunities here. Cisco, we got a daily squeeze. That's good to see. It's a 2 dots, so it's not a well-matured... It's not a well-matured squeeze just yet, but we would be looking for a move above 52.35. That weekly squeeze isn't too shabby. Let's see. So if we get that break above 52.35, where are we going to go from there? Looks like we're going to go towards 54. That could be our possible move here. Let's go. Main one. Yeah, 54 would be our target there on Cisco, and we could have our stops down at the daily 21 on a close below the daily 21. So we're risking. Let's go check out this options chain real quick. Cisco's kind of a snail, so I am going to want time. I don't really want anything closed or dated, so we'll take a look at some of these August options, at least the August options. All right, so we have the 50 calls are going for about 290. A lot of friends in there, about 10,000 of them. There's 21K in the 55 calls for August. Those are 22 delta. Y'all know me. I don't really care for low delta. I prefer a little bit closer to 70, at least 50 or 70. And then if I'm scalping SPY, I'll pick something up like a 90 delta sometimes. All right. Let's see. And Microsoft. I got stopped out of Microsoft. Might have to revisit if she's going to set itself back up. Apple at 191.66. AAPL. Yeah, right off that daily 21 and the bottom trend channel there. Congrats, any Apple bulls that like to buy the dip. Look at that. It bounced perfectly off of that daily 21. Mean reversion trading is a thing. All right, so Cisco. I'm still debating on Francisco. And let's go over to Broadcom too. Broadcom's been looking really well. Now, I know Broadcom's probably not the most liquid names, but we can try something perhaps. It would probably have to be a spread. I don't really think they're kind of in the pricier zone. You got plenty of OI in the 900 calls, which I think it could hit 900. So we would just need. I'm looking at next week's spreads if I can. Yeah, the 900 calls for next week are going for about 13 bucks. All right. So that is on Broadcom. All right, KWeb. A's is showing there's some KWeb flow coming in. That is a pretty decent size there for KWeb. Lucid is down 10%. Might be something to might be something. I see you, Shaman.
You see me? What I do?
I was just watching your random chats pop up. All right, so do we want to do anything with SPY? Look at SPY go. All right, so let's see. I don't know if there's anything I can do with AVGO just because of the spreads. What about NVIDIA? Can we do anything with NVIDIA? All right, 440. What about next week's? I like the idea of spreads. They are safer. They reduce risk. You don't have to be so concerned. It does limit your upside, sure, but they're consistently good. All right, so we're at 434 right now. Let's look at let's see if we can chart this out real quick. Let's say if NVIDIA continues on its path of go, that would put us at 464 for the full measured move. We're already at that PT. Where's our all-time high at? 439.90, so 440. Can we get to 440? All right, so what about a 5 wide at the money vertical for next week? The only drawback to doing a spread, especially a debit spread, is if NVIDIA does. You got this nice daily squeeze too. Look at that. Looks great. If NVIDIA does shoot above 440, our gains are kind of capsized. So we can get in this debit spread for next week for about 220, and our max profit would be $5. So it's about a 1-to-1 risk. I don't really want to do a butterfly spread on it because if the market does decide to shoot on higher, then we could overshoot our target.
We don't want to do that.
And then I'm going to have my risk at 50%. So I'm willing to let this thing go down to about $1.25. Or $1. So going to risk 50% on this. Let's get that going. All right, so that is for next week. I think that's fine. We do have a daily squeeze. Good to see. It's only a 2 dot, but that's fine. Kind of same thing with Cisco. I was debating there. So we do got a position there. AI is looking good. And then
You have to alert your Oracle yet.
Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, good call. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's do that. Right, and then yeah, let's get that Oracle typed up. I gotta find the dang thing. Where's my alert at? There we go.
Find it.
Yeah, it's like way up there. All right, Oracle. Nothing out. What's my fill? Gotta go back. History. There it is. 90. All right, now I need my red dots. Can't forget the red dots.
Red dots.
All right, so there's that. All right, and then we need to check in on the Google.
Looks like Apple's pushing high. No. Wrong part of my chart.
All right, so Google is almost going to stop us out. We'll see where the daily close puts us on Google, but we might hop out of that one regardless, just so we can not play to. Yeah, UK. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, I did cut Oracle, so we're done with that. And we'll, if she does decide to come back in towards that 114, 113 level, then sure, we can revisit that and possibly play it again. So all is not lost by any means. But for now, yeah, she's stopping us out. It is what it is. It was a good, interesting probabilities play to play that possible gap fill, and it looked like she was going to roll over. Let's actually revisit that. Oracle. Yeah, you see how the squeeze histogram here started to fire short? Yeah, the squeeze histogram firing short. We had the oscillator cross down below. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bearish, but it did put us in neutral territory, which means every time we go into neutral territory, we look at our arrow signals, and those were all giving us bad vibes. And technically speaking, these are still in force. So we'll probably get an up arrow by end of day, I imagine. You can see the 30 minutes already giving you some counter. You do have a 30-minute squeeze here that has fired long. So it's a battle between the short-term time frames and the long-term time frames. So we'll see.
Check out Nvidia.
Nvidia. Are we back at 4? Are we at 440 already? 'Cause that'd be cool.
Not yet, but we're getting there slowly.
Oh yeah. Good entry on that. Good entry on the Nvidia. So let's keep it going. All right. Where are we going? Let's go to Mr. Softy here. Now, unfortunately, Microsoft stopped us out the other day. It did not look like we were going to... It looked like we were going to roll over. It really did. It's not this right here. If you look at any technical analysis book, you will know that this pattern is not ideal. And that's also, you know, that was one of the things I was kind of looking at before we got in, but it looked like we were going to have this squeeze and we were going to pop above 342.70 and have a ride up to at least 350. So Microsoft's actually looking a little bit better here, although, you know, yeah, that pattern is still in play. And could it happen? Sure. But right now, you got this possible slingshot squeeze on the daily. See where we had the 2 dot red, and now we're switching to yellow. It's back to red, but you get the picture here. If that continues to mature, then sure, we could possibly get a pretty intense move here off of Microsoft. So I'm contemplating the idea of getting back in Microsoft, although I might get back in it as a debit spread, but we'll see. Kind of like how we did with Nvidia there. So we'll just let things continue to work, and we don't want to. We'll see where the daily close occurs. I'm gonna write that down. Microsoft looks pretty darn good. All right, so we got that daily squeeze. We just need to do a little bit of homework here and see what we can get, and if this squeeze is something that we should participate in. We do have some upward thrust on the hourly as well as the 30-minute, and you also have a 30-minute squeeze that had fired long. So Microsoft has repaired itself based on this gap up. Just keep in mind 342.73. I do want to go over here to Amazon. Amazon's right here. Look at this awesome daily squeeze that we got. We might take some Amazon. Keep in mind, we still have inflation data tomorrow. We get PPI tomorrow. Let's take a look at this Amazon. What can we get for you? Amazon. Let's see. All right, so we know 134 is gap fill, and this 131.40 is a pretty stiff resistance. And we could always do the measured move here. That would put us at 135, so that would give us gap fill plus some. So Amazon's another candidate that we need to really consider here, so that's going to be written down also. And then do we have any small cap names? Moving. Nvidia, get. Damn, I should just take naked calls. Sometimes you gotta trade naked.
I like to trade naked.
Sometimes you just got to hit. But yeah, I'm okay with the debit spread. We are at right on pretty much about 250 on those calls already. So that's good. All right, Amazon playing games with VWAP. So if we take a look at the board, remember, yeah, we got that rebalancing issue thing, don't we? All right, you see how Amazon screen has now shifted from green to a black screen there. That means Amazon's just kind of playing around with VWAP. AMD looks good. NVIDIA is still pushing. 437.76 is the high. Google's trading around 119 still. Microsoft's at 339.40. Yeah, we might have to consider that. The only problem is we know Microsoft is almost a 15% holding within the QQQ, and based upon the special rebalancing that they're having on the NASDAQ, Microsoft will be affected by that. So they're basically selling Microsoft and buying something like, I don't know, something smaller within the NASDAQ. Pick one, anyone. Let's go check out our lovely Kathy Woods. Want to keep an eye on her. And look at that gap up. 48. I probably should have took some profit on that, but that's okay. That's looking pretty dope. Nice daily squeeze.
Dope.
You're welcome. Welcome to Stock Dads. We have weird sayings.
No, we have dope sayings.
We have dope sayings. We're stuck in the 90s, yo. So
Let me get my Jinko jeans.
Yes. All right, K-Web, China ETF. What about Baba? How's Baba doing today? SE, JD. All right, you said Lucid was down 10% today? Someone said that. Ew. What did y'all do to Lucid? PayPal. Roku. Square. I'm just kind of checking out some of these RK names. Zoom. Z. We may have to run some scans to see what else we can possibly participate in. All right, what about the IWM? We haven't checked out the small craps out. All right, so gapped up to 191. To talk about impressive here. If we can get a revisit to, yeah, really 190, that's a viable dip there on the small caps. So 190 pullback, that would be great. Let's see. Yeah, but small caps, they've been amazing. Really, really well. All right, let's go to Boeing. Boeing. All right, so Boeing's doing Boeing things. Let's go to Tesla. Tesla, not doing much. Let's go back to AI. We do have that position in AI. Okay, so you filled the gap on AI. Letting that one continue its move. All right, so we do have maybe some internal issues at the moment. Let's go. Advanced decline issues. Steadily moving down. Just wanting to throw that out there. See how that's moving lower. Ticks. Extreme bullish. Getting that reset. Now, if they can start hitting plus 600 a few times, that would be great. That would be ideal. We still haven't had a tick really below the zero line, so that's technically still pretty darn bullish. But just a little bit of the excitement is drained out. All right, NVIDIA hitting 438.55. Let's see. Let's go over to... Let's just go over to the ES. See what the signals are looking like there. So y'all are quiet in chat today. Oh, I'm in questions.
Very quiet.
Wake up.
Kind of the nature of the day, big gap up. Consolidation.
Chances of breaking above 440 today? Possible. Possible. Yesterday snow was a good re-entry. I had snow on my radar. I looked at it last night and made me scratch my head a little bit. I like that hold of 170. That'd be good. All right, ES, looking at the signals. 1 minute, you're in a squeeze. Thrust. A little bit of a divergence on the 1 minute. Just going to throw that out there. But they can easily correct that, especially with this momentum. All right, so we're at 250 on the NVIDIA spread. So we're already up pretty nice on that. We're up 11%. Thoughts on Netflix? Netflix looks pretty good. Netflix has been holding up really well compared to some of the other larger cap names. You see, well, we haven't really come back into the daily 21, but we do have a good support level here at 431. And you're trying to break above that 444 channel. What is up with these 444 numbers?
Crazy.
I feel like I run out of breath after saying 44444. Room to 450, 451. And if you want to do your move here, 471, 485. 485 will be your full measured move off of that. And that looks pretty good. You do have a swing high that you'll have to take care of right here. And then you have a very, very large gap once you start getting above 458. Oops. So here's your price targets on Netflix if we do get this move going here. So you got support at 431. Next resistance is going to be about that 450 mark. Above 450, you have 458. And then you have a very large gap to fill. So we'll keep those on the board. Let me change this color to orange. Oh, I can't see that. Purple, that'll work. Support down at 431. I heard a ding. What was that?
Ding, ding. That's
Yeah.
a hot mic.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello, come fluff your pillow. All right, let's go to Netflix here. Ooh, you got a nice hourly squeeze. Man, why do they got to do that? Hourly squeeze, thrust. Mm. Mm-hmm. We could possibly take Netflix. Take it to the limit. All right, so let's take a look at Netflix. We got an hourly squeeze. We got some good thrust signals. Trend is bullish. Let's see where we at here on this squeeze. Make sure we don't have any. Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Don't do it.
Oh, I did it.
Oh,
All right, so we got an hourly squeeze. First things first. In the words of Imagine Dragons. Netflix. They got some pricey options. When's their earnings?
Netflix?
Yeah. 2.5 weeks.
This is saying next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Shoot.
7 days.
Yeah. Hmm. That does bring up an interesting point. So we got earnings coming up. Looks like the IV on the options is already pretty elevated. So the implied volatility for this week is about 40%. The IV for next week is already almost double that. 72. It's at 72, but you're paying a lot for those premiums. So I don't know if we should mess with that. If we did, we could look into a butterfly. We need to debate that. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll write down Netflix though. Google. Yeah, we might have to just go ahead and stop out of that Google Play. We might keep an eye on it. Let's see. Let's go to COP. Yeah, you know me. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. All right, so let's go
Nice
ahead
move.
and cut that. That is
Very nice.
our full target on COP. Let me see. Let's get 675. Yeah, that works. All right, 675. Let's get that alerted, and we are all out. And there's probably a few. We might find another energy name to get into. I like MPC. All out. All right. Nice. All right, so we got COP. Let's check out MPC. MPC is another one we could nibble on. Now we did hit a little bit of a level here on MPC. So we hit 122.43. We got Pepsi earnings this week too. Okay.
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Look, what do we all have for earnings this week? Delta. Oh,
Oh yeah, you got Delta coming up too.
Fastenal. And Friday we got the banks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, JP Morgan. Should be exciting.
JP Morgan, Citi, Wells Fargo, BlackRock. I'm sure next week we have some big boys.
Big boy stomping in my Air Force One. All right, so COP. Let's go to our buddy Marvel's doing. You can do better than that, Marvel. A's highlighting what he's worked on the S&Ps there. Let's go to the S&Ps, shall we? All right, yeah, big gap. I mean, the SPY is just insane. All right. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Let's go to the Qs, I guess. Let's check them out. Mara at a level. Mangoes, you're the one that asked me about AMD. Are you in here? You are in here. Sweet. We can probably review that. So I think you've already gotten in AMD. So yeah, good idea. All right, so AMD came down to the daily 50. Daily 50. Just kind of in that wedge. And his argument was the shift of the histogram. So you had 2 yellow bars printed. That is generally a fair amount of sign. I was looking for a breakdown below the daily 50 and to take it lower. That was kind of where I was looking at. But yeah, this is still shaping up really well. You actually have a good signal here. Kind of goes along with our NVIDIA play. Yeah, looks good. You do need to clear 116. 116 is going to be your level of resistance on AMD. So support, broke down. You resisted here once, and you're kind of right back up to it. So kind of pay attention to this 116 level on AMD. If you get above 116, yeah, you're looking for a launch towards 120 on that. We'll see if they can get that momentum continued to go. Yeah, just pay attention to that 116 level. You should be good. I like it. I like the idea there. Oh, Penny is in SoFi.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that one. How's Palantir doing today? Oh, that one looks good too. Let's go to Palantir. If you want something kind of speculative. We're at a resistance level, but if it breaks out, it could be free game. 17, 16. You got the daily squeeze shifting. Looks like it's going to fire along the hourly. Look at that. Come back there. Boom. 30-minute squeeze looks like it's going to go. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. I would just suggest if you do want to play Palantir to get time and go in the money. I would not suggest going out of the money. Just get that delta.
A's is in some.
A's is in some Palantir.
He got the 10, 20, 11 calls.
He got the 11 calls, so he's deep in the money.
Followed some flow.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so that looks good. Let's see. We can probably run. Let me run a scan real quick, just to see where we're at. Some of these squeezes may have already popped off. Yeah, that Netflix is showing up. Baidu. Hourly squeeze, upward thrust, daily squeeze, squeezes upon squeezes.
Squeezy squeeze.
All right. If you like to play China, you just got to remember Baidu's going to gap up and down based upon the activity of the Chinese market. Pepsi's in a daily and hourly squeeze, but you got earnings coming up, so can't really touch that one. Can't touch this. AbbVie. Qualcomm. Probably not going to touch that one. Let's just look at daily squeezes. I'm looking for nested squeezes on that one. Let's see. Oh, how's Roblox doing today? Ooh,
Microsoft looks good.
ooh. I like this bounce here on Roblox. And you still got the daily squeeze. Let's go.
Nice hold.
Yeah, I like that hold of 42.68, 43. I wonder if we can get something here. Now that we're kind of making a move down. What
Nice
about
to see the big boys running today?
Yeah,
Apple, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft.
especially since they've had it kind of rough lately. All right, let's see. What about in August? Let's go to an August contract. The 50 call is 180. Do we want to go out that far? I could just go with add the money. Get some 50 delta at 340. 45. I like that idea a little bit better, maybe. This, of course, would be a little bit more on the speculative side. Let's see. Maybe we can get another retest here and get it cheaper, huh? Tick for a tick. You also got that weekly squeeze. Look at that weekly squeeze on Roblox. Weekly squeeze, upward thrust. Daily looks good. This looks good. Harley's still intact. A little bit of weakness on the 30. Not too overly concerned with it. Why don't we try this? I think I'm going to do the at the money 45s.
Got a Colt 45.
Yes. Let's check these lower time frames also. Right. Let me see. 15-minute coming in. A little bit of pain on the 1 minute. I mean, that's understandable because we're getting the pullback. So we probably just need to focus on the larger time frame movement here with the weekly, daily, hourly. So we got Roblox.
See if we can hold the trend here. Yes.
That would put us at 48. I love this signal here on the weekly too. So let me go ahead and put up IN 330. Let's see. Let's give it just a moment here. Tesla's struggling a little bit at that 275 area. Amazon's still having a little bit of a tough go as well. Amazon's actually hitting the low a day. All right, we'll nibble on this Roblox. Get a starter going. 45 call for August. 330. Ideally, I don't want to see it close below the 21. You could use a conservative stop below 42.50 if you so desire. So let's do that. Let's go to the alerts and send out 8:18 45 call. Eight. All right, so let's get that out. If you want, you can try to get this end of day. See, it might be cheaper, it might not. Just depends on your style there. All right, cool. So we got that. Let's go check in on the SPY. Let's check ES first.
Just kind of trending up, looking for a new high day.
Yet. Man, we hit 439 on NVIDIA. Look at that. Just look at it.
Just look at it.
SPX. All right, signals and everything look good on SPX still. We're just kind of melting up. SPY.
I dislike these days.
It's just a slow trickle. What y'all watching out there?
Carvana.
Carvana.
No, CAVA, not Carvana.
Cosmo, how much upside do I see on Microsoft? 342.73 is my next key spot there. That's going to be a pretty stiff resistance. That's kind of what got us in trouble. We couldn't crack above it. And then, of course, we had all the shenanigans go on, and we gapped down, and now we're just pushing back up there. So 342.73. I'm highly debating on getting back into this. I got stopped out the other day just to follow my plan there, and we're looking to maybe even get back in. So 342.73, 342.75. You could just argue 343. Once you get above that, you're on your way back up to 350. You just got back in? I hear you. Yeah, I'm really considering it. I'll see how the day closes. Home Depot, yeah. Yeah, Home Depot's a good one. So is Lowe's. I mean, Home Depot, you've actually gap filled here. Nice little rounding bottom. Good push off the daily 21. Gap fill. Man, pretty good. Lowe's is probably another good one. Yeah, look at Lowe's, man. That's pretty awesome there. Lowe's, Home Depot. They look great. How are the travel names doing? RCL. Let's see. You said you were looking at Meta. Oh, man. I think Meta still has gap to fill. Yeah, 323 is your official gap fill on Meta. Booking. Booking.com. Booking. Yeah. Ooh, that is a good one. All-time high breakout. Let's go. That looks pretty good. Good shout.
You can put those as like hotkeys up there, so you don't have to actually click that little button.
What button?
For the time frame. No, for the time
Oh.
frames.
Like down here?
No, top.
Oh, no, I did not.
If you just hit like the star to the right. Nope. Yes.
Nice.
Hit like one more. Then they should be up top when you close out of there.
Sweet. Oh, cool. Right on. You're so resourceful.
I try. I do what I can.
Ooh, 3,000 for booking? I can buy what's the options chain looks like? Man, I don't think it's been ages since I've actually tried here on booking. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do the options route. We can buy some shares, though. I mean, we're looking at what? Almost $200 on the measured move. It is expensive, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just buy 10 shares.
Yeah, it's pricey. All right, so booking, yeah, room to 3K. Heck, even 3,100. So you're looking at about a $200, $300 measured move here on booking. I can hear it now. You bought how many shares of booking from my wife? That's a good move. Can I debit spread shares? No, I'm just kidding. Can't do that.
Might as well just buy 100 and sell covered calls, yeah?
Yeah, there you go. Thing is, the option chain is really thin.
Now maybe I'll just sell cash secured puts. I'll wheel it.
If you can find, you wheel the. Oh yeah, because you're buying 100 shares.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out to the August 2,800 calls, those are $126.
Oof.
Shares is the way to go if you can afford it on booking. Let's see. What's the. What do I. ODFL. That's what I'm. ODFL. Old Dominion. This one's only $375. So right here. All right, let's go to UNP. Yeah, see, UNP looks good. over 207. I do believe you have a squeeze also. Let's go to UNP. Let's check that out. Yeah, look at that squeeze.
Yum, yum, yum.
Squeeze it.
Yummy squeeze.
I used to have a squeeze sound, but I can't find it. Upward thrust. Yeah, that's it.
It's on the Discord,
Oh, we do. I did upload it. I did.
apparently.
That's funny. I forgot about that. All right, so we're looking at a move towards about that 212, 215 mark on UNP. That would be our next spot. Now, I know this one's generally pretty liquid.
Amazon is breaking down. Could be a nice gap fill play.
Boo you, Amazon. We're seeing some more of that rotation.
I might take an Amazon put.
All right, so let's see. UNP. Whoa. Look at the dollar. Getting absolutely destroyed.
Die, dollar, die.
Look at that. Yeah, that alert just triggered for me.
Nasty.
Yeah, that is let's go to the bonds. What are the bonds up to? Should be up. Yep.
You look at the bonds. I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee.
Okay. Yeah, usually prom day's a no day. So the TNX is coming back and revisiting this 386 level. That was the breakout move that it had last week. And the put to call ratio is just out of this world. All right, so TNX is down, dollar's getting destroyed. Let's go back to UNP. What do I want to do here? You do have a little bit of a gap fill towards 208.70. Good hold. Low volume. That's okay. Probably go out in time. August. Let's check out the August calls. 210 is going for 5. Hit 50 delta. The question is, do we need to go out that far? Can we go to the 1? So this would have been prime time buy down here. So now that we're looking to get in, we're getting in a little extended. Debate. UNP, if we want to do anything with that. UNP remains on the list. So we already got roadblocks, so we can scratch that one out. That looks pretty good. What about CSX? Yeah, we bought some interesting stuff yesterday on Prime Day. All right, so let's go to Amazon. Keep in mind, you're still up almost 1% on Amazon. We're just stuck in this range between 127 and 131.50. With a daily squeeze, this may very well continue to shape up. I mean, the hourly still looks good. We just got to get this break above 131.50. Yeah, AMD had a nice bounce there too. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on Amazon for sure for the rest of the day because we might have to get in on that too. It's probably a toss-up between Microsoft and Amazon and Netflix. Those are the three big players that I'm looking at. Broadcom having a good move today too. Airbnb, CLF. Just kind of looking at the names that I've been watching for a little while. Marvel's still holding up pretty well. Yeah, Mara's going to continue to go out if Bitcoin rallies. So all your crypto guys, they look really well, and Bitcoin looks really great too. You just got to break 31.5 on it. Break 31.5 and you're pretty much off to the race. It's very wiki on both ends, so just kind of waiting for a clear direction. And it almost did it the other week where you had this nice little close right here and you just kind of fell back through, but it's trying again. So I really like Bitcoin. I really like some of these miner names. Yeah, you can go with coin too. I'll cave. Coin, Mara. It's just hard to buy. Like, you're not getting any kind of dip. I mean, you had a dip here and a dip here, but you're not getting like really good dips. You're just getting, you're getting a breadcrumb is what you're getting. But you're at $4. $4 is a stiff level on Hut. I still have shares. I still have some shares. I don't have many left, but I have some. And I'm up 56% on my shares on Hut. So it's hard to buy. Is there anything? I mean, I guess you could look at Bitto if you want, but Bitto, it's, you know, Bitto's not, it's not participating like these other guys. If you had a lump sum to invest long-term in investments, how would you go about establishing my positions? Was thinking to break it up over months. Yeah, so BBA Stoner, you know, I'm a short-term momentum trader. I do have a long-term, but I mainly invest in ETFs on my long-term. I do have some individual names, but for the most part, I look for well-diversified ETFs. That way I can just have a bread basket and kind of go with it. That's just how I roll. But for me, I'm a short-term momentum trader as it sits. And then I take some of those profits and then I just sling them into those ETFs like VOO. I'll throw in some Inspire in there. See the bonds. I'll do some of a bond ETF too to just kind of stay diversified. And then kind of play along. Then whatever me and my wife discuss on how we want to contribute to retirement plans. So, if you're wanting to look into long-term investing, definitely hit up Chris and hit up Paxton for long-term investing.
Buy Mulan.
And don't buy Mulan for your long-term. But I'm a big fan of Microsoft. I will say that. I'm a big fan of Microsoft. I do like AbbVie as long-term investment. Your Mulan position is down bad.
Oh, did you lose your house, man?
My cargo, bye-bye. They're going to come repo.
It's all right, man.
It's
You
not
can
funny.
buy
It happens.
You can buy a Mulan. They make cars, right? Or they're supposedly make cars?
They supposedly, allegedly.
Allegedly. Did you buy your wife a shark?
Yeah, yeah. It's like one of those air wrap things for like her hair. I don't know, dude. She bought it.
All right.
Yeah, I told her go ahead. What else did
At
she
least
do?
your wife asks. She just shows up at my front door. Like, what? What is this?
She bought some other things. I think. I just asked her how much she needed.
How much you need?
Communication sector, Meta, man, you nailed that one, Shaman.
Yeah, buddy.
Let me start listening to you. SMCI, God, I think I don't think SMCI has quit in its bone, but I mean, if you played the dip back in late June, I mean, that was the dip buy of all dip buys. Yeah, meta is fantastic. You have gap fill at 314 is your official gap fill on that. Let's measure this just for fun. Oh, look, you're at the measured move of this breakout. So 309.19. So yeah, kind of hard to buy here, but you technically still have wiggle room to that gap fill on meta. Nice move. Yeah, very good. Nice breakout. I had that level mark too, and it just keeps on going. Keeps on trucking along.
Don't keep it on.
All right, we're getting let's check out Square. Okay, Square's not doing anything. Never mind. Amazon, that squeeze is still setting up. Microsoft. Man, really starting to be mad that I got stopped, but that's okay. I respected my plan and I can't be mad. So Microsoft.
But you're low key mad.
I'm low key mad, yeah. Nothing you can do about it, but look to maybe get back in. All right, let's go. Home Builders ETF. Cody. Yeah, Kim Kardashian is looking to buy back her small stake there. IYT, yeah, transport's great.
Dropping.
UNP. It's like one of those things like you just get in and you ride the wave. Man, what a move on UNP. We can still probably break out. We're just not getting as good of a risk reward. I mean, that 210 call is now $2. I think when we were looking at it, it was like $1.50. So that's a little bit of a shame there. All right, but we got a pretty good list. We got Microsoft, we got Amazon. If we want to do anything with Netflix, we did get in Roblox. We're looking at UNP. If we can sneak in there, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. If we do get a retest, if we can get a retest of this 207.70 level, that could be our entry there. Let's see. Roblox has had that balance. I think we've got a pretty decent entry there on Roblox. So I'm good with that. Cody Lotto? And when was the last time we did a Cody Lotto, Shaman?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Like, probably since, heck, maybe December of 21, something like that. I'll have to look back.
I'm looking right now.
You've hit all my targets. I'm just coming back in for a retest. That's always fun. Bum, bum, bum. It could be interesting. I guess they don't want her to buy her stake back.
Probably not. Would you?
No. All right. Let's see. Do we want to do anything as far as a quick day trade, quick scalp? I kind of like the pace that we've been doing things past few days. Just kind of scanning and searching. We haven't been really gone anything risky day trades. I mean, we've taken DraftKings and Roblox and a few other names, but we've been really kind of selective on what we're doing here. So I'm liking the pace that we're on right now. But all right, SPY, we are looking at...
NVIDIA's coming in a little bit.
Yeah, she's coming back into VWAP. VWAP's at 435 on that. That's fine. All right. I think we're going to close it here as the easy move has been definitely made. And we've secured some good profits. We got a list of names that we can kind of do some more homework. I can do some homework in the background here and try to pick out what I want to do on some of these. But all right, good session overall. I know we took profit on a good spot of things. We got knocked out of Oracle. I'll make a decision here on Google towards the end of the day also. All right. Any questions, concerns? Y'all have anything y'all need me to look at real quick before we hop off?
AMD downside. Maybe.
Yeah, AMD. Peek. Yeah, that's what I don't like with Coinbase. There's too many people involved in it. That's why I don't trade it. AMD, all right, you're back at the daily 21 and holding. That's a good spot to hold. Yeah, this is a good, if they're going to balance it, this is where you want to see them balance it. So you're right at the daily 21, you're at the 15-minute 200, the 5-minute 21. Yeah, it's just a very interesting area for it to hold. Snow puts as a swing day trade. What you trying to do?
Snow cones?
Snow cones. I could go for a snow cone. What you trying to do with snow?
Is he in chat?
Are you trying to the over under?
Yeah.
Swing trade, day trade. What you trying to do?
Day trade.
Day trade. All right. Let's see. That looks pretty good. All right. Day trade. Your 5-minute squeeze is firing short. Your next key spot is going to be right here at 170.75, followed by 170. You got room to 170. Stops above 172.35. So yeah, you have a possible day trade here on snow. Stops here. Your target's going to be 170.14. Yeah, if you start to break that 5-minute 200, that could send it. You got a nice little 5-minute squeeze that's firing short. You got negative thrust. This is neutral bear, so that's right. Your 15-minute squeeze is firing short with the downward thrust signal. So yeah, I think you got a reasonable opportunity here to short snow. You're welcome. Good look. I like that. I like it. You got a good clean levels to work with. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up here for the live session. I'll be in the trading floor if you need me. Spies had a nice little melt up kind of day. You are starting to see some general weakness on the smaller time frames. You've been overbought pretty much all morning long, so some pullback is quite understandable. Just as long as we don't break anything too crazy, we shouldn't have a gap fill today. We'll have to keep an eye. We got PPI data in the morning and all that kind of good stuff. So got our hands cut out. Got our work cut out for us in these next coming days.
That's morbid, man.
Yeah, I need my hands. I want all my hands. All right. Shaman, I appreciate you, bud.
Yeah. We will see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. We'll be live again tomorrow, and we'll just keep at it. Good job today. Locked in some good profits, COP, all that kind of good stuff. A few other names. But all right, we'll keep it going. Nice chart. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you in the trading floor. Bye, guys.